Ready to harness the power of your communications data? Blast off with Nylas today.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to Coding with Nylas, the live stream where we talk about APIs, programming, and much more. My name is Blag, Senior Developer Advocate. Hello, Ram.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ram, and I'm a developer advocate at Nylas.
How are you today, Ram?
I'm doing good. We were talking earlier, and we just kind of escaped some bad weather, which is nice. How about yourself?
Here it's not that bad. It seems to be getting a little bit worse, but it's
Okay.
not like I imagined. I mean, there were like severe thunderstorms and ice pellets, but not so much for now, gladly.
Gotcha. Okay. So, what are we going to talk about today?
So we're gonna talk about debugging your Ruby code with Pry-ByeBug.
Okay.
So first, what's Pry? So Pry, it's a gem of Ruby that allow us to go into the source code and see all the elements that we have. So that's something like we did with the episode on Psych on PHP, that you can basically put a breakpoint and then you can take a look at all the variables that are in your source code. So that was what Pry is what for. But also we have buyback. So buyback allows you to actually uh, go into the source code and execute line by line, or like if you're inside a loop, you can kind of like go through the loop. So in that sense, it's kind of different from Pry, right? On Pry, you put a breakpoint, you see your variables, and then you need to stop the program. With buyback, you can actually go and iterate it like a regular debugger.
So you're saying like we get a REPL right in place with all the memory, so we can access certain variables, or we can just keep on going to the next line of code with bybug.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
So then we have Pry-ByeBug, which is kind of a nice combination of both worlds. Because the author of buyback thought that Pry is actually way better at handling kind of like variable information. So he was like, okay, probably we can mix them together, which is a great idea, by the way. So we're going to see into that. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe. Uh, just go to our YouTube channel, give us thumbs up, subscribe so you can get notified about upcoming episodes, and you can also watch all the episodes that we have done so far. So let's go and put some source code. So this is a little source code that we have done before. This is kind of like a Fibonacci sequence, which is basically, for example, if I fit number 5, it's going to be 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. It's kind of like a sequence. So here what we need to do, we need to require Pry. We need to require Pry-ByeBug. And also we can call Pry-Doc, which allows us to get information of documentation from Ruby. So for example, we want to see the source code of an array, for example, we can use Pry-Doc. So here basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask for a number. We're gonna read the number, for example, 5, and we're gonna pass it here. Here it's just going to determine what's gonna be the next number. So it's basically gonna grab the two consecutive numbers and it's gonna sum them together. And we're actually gonna see that through the source code. Here, what we need to do is just put this line binding that Pry to actually make Pry-ByeBug stop into that breakpoint. So we're going to be able to see what's going on inside the source code. So if we go to the terminal and we type in Ruby Fibonacci, we're going to set number 5. And we're going to see that it's stopping on line 9. And here we can see the source code that we have available right now. And we can say, for example, that none equals 4, A equals 1, and B equals 1. So you're going to say, why is none 4 if we actually said that it was 5? Yeah, because actually I put the breakout here, but the first line that was executed was this one. And this one is actually taking one out of num. But still, that's kind of like the point. The good thing about this is that we can say next, and it's gonna jump into the next line. So now we can see that num is 3, a is 2, b is 1. We can say again next, num is 2, a is 3, b is 2. Result, for now it doesn't have any value. So let's keep moving. And now we have result. So result's gonna be 5. Then it's gonna be 3. It's gonna be 2. So we're seeing that we're actually starting to put all numbers together for our output.
So this way, you're just stepping through the code line by line, and just each iteration of the method, you're able to kind of stop at a certain point and continue.
Yes, exactly. And now we can see here that we have the result 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. So of course we can just come here and we can put this line, let's say here. It probably makes much more sense because we want to see the real values once we step in. Clear this. Let's run it again, probably this time with, I don't know, 6. So here we can see number 6, a is 0, b is 1, because we're just starting executing this. So we're going to see here, and actually this is something else. We have been using next, but we can also use a step. So you're going to see that it's going to move line by line. So it was on this if, which doesn't, it's not going to work because actually a is 0. So here a needs to be greater than 0. So it's going to jump into the else. If we do a step again, it's going to say that yes, a is 0, so it's going to execute this line. So actually, a step is going to go line by line, whereas next is going to jump into the next call of the function. Something else that we can do, let's say, for example, that we would like to have a breakpoint here, but we don't actually want to define it on the source code. We just wanted to have it on the fly. We can say break 16, and that's going to create a breakpoint on line 16. So we can simply go next. And it's going to stop at that line once all of this is already covered.
I think there can be quite a few nexts.
Yes, I think so. Actually, it's kind of in the end. It should be there anytime soon. Yeah, probably should have used a
Smaller number.
3. Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And also, what we can do, if we try, we're using Pry-ByeBug. Let's say put 3 here. I can say show source, for example, array, and then we're gonna have the source code of the array function or the array object. So we can do that for anything that we want. So like, for example, show source puts. And here's the source code of puts, which is actually to type something on the screen. So you can see here it belongs to the kernel, visibility is private, so we can get all the information that we want, which is pretty nice.
So, quick question here. So, you're able to print out the documentation in line. Is this coming from like the Ruby docs, for example?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So it's taking in anything from the Ruby docs and just showing us how that function works. But this wouldn't work for any functions that we define. It would just be Ruby defined functions or methods.
Yes, but let's see. I guess so.
Yep.
So if I say source of fit, which is our custom defined function, well, it's actually going to show us the source code of that function.
Okay, so it is our own functions as well. That is really cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, give us the signature, the number of lines, the visibility. That's pretty powerful, actually.
Yeah, that's awesome for debugging in line if you can just kind of drop any method right in front of you so you can see how it actually functions.
Yes. And if we do finish, it's going to, or it's exit. Yeah. So with exit, it's just gonna go and just show us the result. So we can just stop all the debugging. So that's cool. I think that's a great way of actually debugging your Ruby source code. So Pry, I'm sure every RubyGeeks knows about Pry, but probably they don't know about Pry-ByeBug, which is a great addition. I mean, usually you go like put input everywhere just to print out the information, but being able on the terminal to go like line by line and things like that is just amazing. It really helps
Yeah.
you a lot of work.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, so I kind of put this up. It's always good to get into debugging mode as much as possible. You can learn so much and just get to the root of any issue. I personally, I definitely do have that habit of just locking some things out as well.
Yeah.
Just like you said, putting puts or even in JavaScript, your console log in so many places. But you're right, just throw in a debugger in a few places and jump in there. It's awesome.
Yeah, totally. So we didn't use any Nylas SDK today, but don't forget that we have SDKs for Ruby, Node, Python, and Java. And also, don't forget to go to github.com/Nylas samples, which we have all the source code that we do on the live stream and all the blogs. You can find it there. And of course, don't forget to go to nylas.com/blog, where we post every week a new blog post doing something amazing with Nylas.
Or otherwise, I know you do a lot of blog posts on other topics, so feel free to check out. I know that I don't know if you put anything up on quantum computing yet. I may be forgetting, but always some fun topics coming from blog on our blog at nylas.com/blog.
Yeah, there's always something interesting to read there. So go there. And yeah, don't
Awesome.
forget to follow us on social as well.
Awesome. That was great, blog.
Yep. Thanks. So we have some changes coming next week for the live stream. We're not going to say anything yet, but you're going to see the announcement for the next live stream on Wednesday. So
Yep, stay tuned.
What do you think? Yep.
Yeah, stay tuned. Next Wednesday, we'll do a bit of refresh on things, and we look forward to seeing you then.
Yep. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Ram. Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Black. That was great. Bye, everyone.
Bye.